From a compilation of articles by Rabbi Michael-ben-Pesach Portnaar. One more time about the homeland of the Jews. Alexander, you ask me, why is it so difficult in the homeland of the Jews? Only never-ending troubles and misfortunes. Why is it so difficult for them? What for? And of course again comes to mind the eternal answer about their non-acceptance and dislike of Yeshua. But this is not all. There is also a secret, most deep reason, having to do with the correction of the very structure of the universe, the correction in the world and in the souls. As it is known, Malchut underwent the Tzimtzum, the restriction in its 10th part, and then Malchut elevated, shortened until the Parsah, to Tiferet of Nikodot Desag. After this was the breaking of the Kelim with the subsequent split of the soul of Adam. After the breaking of Kelim were built the worlds Be'iyah, down into which at first descended the soul of Adam, after which she broke into innumerate segments of soul particles. Now a task the human must undertake is to begin to lift sparks of the lost sanctity in Absolute. In fact, Adam, after the second ascents of the worlds, stood already in Avi, of the world of Holy Absolute. Through correcting himself, his soul, the raising of Man, the person corrects as well the worlds. His Man ascends to Zon, of the world of Absolute, the operational system of the universe, and therefrom up to the most high of the worlds, through to Ein Sof, blessed is he. And here from above, from Zeir Anpin of Olam Atzalut, then acts Mad, light of correction, which is passed to souls of the righteous in the words Be'iyah, and then through them to other souls in our world. As it is known, in all of creation there exists an identical or similar structure. Such is the case in our world. There is also a prototype, Zon of Olam Atzalut, from which the whole world receives the light as well. They are exactly what the Jews serve as. This is revealed by their name, Israel. This is the name of Zeir Anpin of the world Atzalut, that in Gadlut is called Israel. Israel below on the earth represents the strength of Israel above, and that which is here below is called the Eretz Israel, land of Israel. This is corresponding to the Nukva of Zeir Anpin, Malchut of the world of Atzalut. In other words, homeland of Israel in reality is Malchut of the world of Atzalut, and just as in everything in the universe is traced similarly, or similarity of the structure, same in our world. Geographically and governmentally, there is a materialized land of Israel, or the state of Israel. This is the spiritual homeland of everyone from Israel, that only after complete correction of Malchut in the general Gmar Tikkun will also become the materialized homeland of Israel. Essentially, the land of Israel has, from the beginning, been appointed by the Creator to Israel, that is below, but only with a condition, that Israel will steadily, incessantly serve the Creator, executing His commandments. First the Torah, the covenant of flesh, and then the wisdom of Kabbalah, the covenant of spirit, accepting it by the chain, Yeshua, Moshe, Shimon, Ari, Moshiach. And while Malchut still exists in the terrestrial ashes, not completely corrected, and because of this to her cling the klipot, then according to conformity, similarity of properties, in a similar fashion, the nation of Israel, for now, is not permitted from above to realize its hereditary right to the land of Israel. In fact, this means that Eretz Israel, the land of Israel, till now is not corrected. And if this is so, then what good can come of the Jewish people settling in it? And namely, here is a hidden great secret. The Jews are scattered all over the world, namely to pull out the sparks of holiness, the souls of the nations of the world, out of klipot, out of impurity. This namely in this work of the Jews here on earth. For now, outside the land of Israel, consists the whole essence of the passing on of the Mad, the light of correction, into this world, first to the Jews, and then through them to all the nations of the world, which also have all their own spiritual levels. and the aspiration of the Jews to live in the land of Israel. For now must remain only, from day to day, a growing aspiration, giving them additional charge towards the raising of man by them. The Creator himself also wants namely this from them, Bishvil Israel, for the sake of Israel. In fact, without tireless execution of this leading role of the Jews, namely outside the land of Israel, there is no other way to correct the Malchut itself, no other way to pull out the turnip from the ground. Certainly, the individual spiritual work of correction must be undertaken by every person of the nations of the world, and not only to point out the defects and deficits in this aspect of Israel, but as Israel is the Rosh, the head of mankind, so its work of correction does remain the deciding element, the problem solver. Now, it should become clear to you, clear as day, why it is so difficult for the nation of Israel on their own land, destined to them by the Creator himself. And so, all of these troubles are the stick in the side which Israel receives from time to time, as a matter of fact constantly in the land of Israel. They are in fact initiated by the Creator himself to awaken and push Israel towards the execution of his plan of correction, of creation. And therefore, when you see that Israel is experiencing hardships and feels bad, be even then glad in your heart with true pleasure from the contemplation of the infinite love of the Creator. For in fact, this is a direct indication, sign, of his ardent love to his nation. Beats means loves, means there is a purpose for the beatings. It means that he will then heal the wounds and strengthen. It means essentially that Israel is being brought closer and closer to the promised land. Indeed, the lawful and true, and impossible to pass to another, inheritance is theirs now, and will not go anywhere. Now it is only left for the people of Israel to receive it.